Alright everyone, it is Dokkan time, and today we are going to be doing the how to build for Super Saiyan Vegeks. And we threw in a freebie, as I will call it, for the Super Saiyan 3 teen Gotenks. I threw in the Gotenks into this video purely because I couldn't justify putting Vegeks into his his own video. I didn't feel like it was necessarily mandatory. Vegeks is good, don't get me wrong. I just don't feel like he's Mechibura good, so I just kind of decided to just throw in a random additional one. So I'll just kind of go through Vegeks, and then at the end I'll just kind of throw out my opinion on this Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. But anyways, so as far as Vegeks goes, let's just kind of go through them. I will say one thing, actually, about Vegeks. I will say one thing. He is one of few Dragon Ball Heroes units that does not need to be on a Heroes team. He does have the potential ability to be on Super Saiyan leads, onto Fused Fighters, anything else. He can be on plenty of other things. He's not necessarily super restricted, but he's also not restricted, if that makes any sense. So let's just go over his kit. So as far as his 200% options go, you're going to be a little bit disappointed to see that you don't see Super Saiyan transforming Vegeta from Saiyan-DA up on here. Unfortunately, he is only 170 on that team. Same thing goes for the Super Saiyan Physical Trio that came out in the Worldwide Download Celebration of 2024. Is also only a 170 team. But, yes, you can definitely run the Super Saiyan Physical Trio, take advantage of their absurdly good defensive mechanics to be able to boost Vegeks' defense up to a very high margin that he normally wouldn't, even on a 200%. So I will say that. If you're going to run Vegeks on any team, I would highly suggest that you just straight up run them on, like, Limit Breaker, Super Saiyan 4 Vegetos, or, you know, World Tree Goku, whatever the next big Heroes leader is going to be at. At the time of recording, we have not gotten the brand new Heroes units. We've only gotten the EZAs at the time of this recording. But otherwise, like, non-hero specific, I would just say just run him on the Super Saiyan 3 Physical Trio team or on Super Saiyan Transforming Vegeta team as a Super Saiyan unit. He is a 100% STR type, Ki +3 leader, and he greatly stacks defense, and then he raises attack for 1 turn. I really wish they had just kind of went with it and made it so he greatly raises attack for 1 turn, because this is the one thing that you're gonna feel is a little bit off. Unfortunately, I do feel Vegeks is held back by literally just this right here. It's literally just this raise attack. I feel like if this was greatly raised, it would have made a world of difference. But he does still stack defense, which is good. He has attack and defense of 150, plus another attack and defense of 150 when supering. Plus additional attack plus 30% up to 150, and chance of performing a critical hit plus 20% with each super attack performed. Keep in mind, that does not say per turn, so that is a permanent buff. Ki +2 launches an additional attack that has a 50% chance of becoming a super attack when there is another crossover or Super Saiyan category ally in the same turn. So, like I said before, he's technically restricted, technically not restricted. It is just highly suggested that you keep him to either a Heroes team or crossover team, or a Super Saiyan team. So that would be my suggestion to that. And then he has all attacks become critical hits and launches an additional super attack when the target enemy is in attack down status, or in defense down status, or in stunned, or in the enemy is sealed. So this ability right here in, like, actual difficult fights, you are probably not going to proc this very often. Maybe the first phase or two of a lot of fights, you have the ability to lower attack, defense, stun, sealed. A lot of the fights do that. And in which case, you might want to be a little bit spicy and go for throwing him into slot 1 to make sure he gets as many additionals off as possible, or, you know, just to put him in a safe spot to make sure he gets those additional supers, because he does have this additional right here, he does have this additional right here, and then he has basically automatic crits. So, I mean, with the hidden potential system, you got your initial super, you got the 2 passives, then you got your hidden potential, so you can potentially quad super with this guy, and he's stacking defense the entire time. The only thing I feel like, there's only 2 things that could have made the unit better. Greatly raise his attack for 1 turn, and then giving him, like, at least guard. At least guard, or a little bit of damage reduction, something to really justify more of that defense. Because that is the one thing I will say about Vegeks is, like, does he have high defense? Yes, he does. Is it enough? It's really dependent on how many additionals you get. So, he is on quite a few normal categories. You know, Super Saiyans, Fused Fighters, Time Travelers, and Potara. As far as his best link partner goes, as I said before, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Vegito is probably going to be one of his best options, as they are both Potara. You know, on and off of heroes, this might be a good unit to be linking him with. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, you know, mostly heroes units and other Potaras and fusions he will link up well with. So, let's go ahead and go over to Twitter, where Halvard will have his defense calculations. Alrighty, so we are over here with Halvard's defense calculations. And as you can see, you can get to a pretty high standard here. You know, if you can magically quad super with this guy and have 6 super attack effects, you can get up to 2.8 million defense. So, when I say you want him to additional, you want him to additional. If this dude is getting off his his actual super attacks every single turn for like the first 2 turns, you can hit that 6 super attack effects marker before turn 5, or at least by turn 5. You know, with this high of a defense on a 40% support, I mean, the support is all but guaranteed. I feel like as long as you take him into a fight where, you know, you're actually going to give him some attention, then yeah, he's going to be a defensive juggernaut, and he's going to be great. He doesn't necessarily, like, the guard or damage reduction would have been nice, but does he need it? No, he doesn't. He shouldn't. But I will say, once again, he is very much RNG. It is very RNG related. Words are difficult. I'm a Dragon Ball fan, you know. But yeah, you know, the greatly stacking helps out quite a bit. I think the biggest hurdle people are going to get through is, depending on the fight you go into, check to see if you're able to attack lower, defense lower, stun, seal. Try to take advantage of that so you can get the free additional super right here. Hope to RNGesus that the 50% chance procs right here, and hopefully that also, if that doesn't, that your hidden potential will. So, it's a little bit RNG reliant, but I still really like Vegeks. I think people could be using this guy down the line. I really do. I think people could be using Vegeks down the line on a Super Saiyan team. We get another different Super Saiyan led, maybe a Potara leader, maybe a new Vegito. You know, something down the line could still give this guy some love and attention down the line. I really do feel like it. Vegeks, so far, I mean, I really do feel like Vegeks and Mechibora are basically the 2 units that can survive the hero's trap, you know? So, oh wait, we still have one more unit. My bad. I was about to say that that's the end of the video. So I decided to throw him on this Gotenks onto here. He's so old at this point, even after EZAing, he's just kind of terrible. I didn't even make a 55%. I didn't make a 55% because there's no point in making a 55%. Just take a look at this. Just take a look at this. This is it. This is his entire kit. This is all him. This is all Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. This is all Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks Xeno. He raises attack and defense for 6 turns on Super. plus additional attack and defense 100%, plus another attack plus 100% when forming super. Key plus 1 up to 3, attack and defense up to by 10 up to 30 per super attack performed, and then 50% chance to launch a super attack 5 turns from the character's entry. Such a bad EZA. It was just so bad, but it was pretty old. It was pretty old. Let's see, he EZA'd all the way back in 2021. You know, 2021 was rough on Teen Gotenks. You know, COVID really hit Teen Gotenks hard, man. It hit him hard, and you can see it in the EZA. Unfortunately, Heroes units are not eligible for Super EZAs unless they plan to make an exception. You will not see a Super EZA for this unit. So he is as is and will never change. This is how he is. I would honestly, don't take him into difficult content. Just take him into Super Saiyan 3 category boosted kind of stuff. Or, you know, whatever category boost he can go on to. And then I probably would suggest just giving him more additional. And then putting the rest into crit. Or you can flip it, vice versa. Just give him an attack orb and try to get as much damage off him as possible in whatever potential event that he can cook into. I'm not saying he's terrible. I think as long as you put him on a Super Saiyan 3 team, you give him proper support, proper partner, you know, he can probably cook pretty well. As far as, you know, whatever week or event you take him into. Just don't expect him to be handling blue zones and red zones, higher red zones. He could probably take on some older red zones, potentially. Much older red zones. But anyways, guys, let me know what team you're going to be rocking Vegeks with. And let me know what your favorite Heroes unit is. I'm kind of curious. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good day and a good night.